Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. It's time for us to close out the show with our rants and our closings. And as we do every single week, we always make sure that everybody has an opportunity to say their final words. And for those folks on Facebook Live and for our new special guest, our new friend, our sister T, I'll just kind of share with you what a rant and what a closing is. It's basically when you have an opportunity to state your final words of the night. Some folks have something in their spirit that they just feel like they want to share with folks. Some folks got something they want to fuss about. Some folks promote whatever it is that they're doing outside of this room. Some folks just thank the crew for being a part of it. And some folks thank the people who may have been listening on the strength of you being here. So with that backdrop, if there's anything that you want to share, now would be the opportunity to do it as your final word. What you got?
Well, I just wanted to reintroduce myself. My name is Tia Marie Brown, and
I thought you was going to say Hove.
oh, not there yet. Not there yet.
Word. I'm sorry.
I'll get there eventually. It's my
too
first
easy.
time.
That was too
She
easy.
did great.
Thanks.
Outstanding.
But I want to thank Shayna and Marcus for inviting me to the show. I definitely do appreciate it. And it was really nice meeting you ladies. I appreciate that.
Nice meeting you too, beautiful.
Thank you. So the reason that I am here is because Shayna, on October 31st, we are doing an all-psychic takeover. Is that right?
Yes.
Ooh. So we're going to have a ton of psychic mediums here. I will be focusing on dream interpretation because we all have dreams. We all wonder what in the world that meant, or we ignore it, however it is. Know that those are messages. And so I will be here to help you interpret your own and teach you some little things that you can do about it. But
Yeah, I got some questions for you.
Marcus definitely have questions
Yeah, I
about
got some
dreams.
questions for you.
always flying through your dreams.
Every time.
Yes,
Every
indeed.
time.
That is a powerful thing, by the way. So anybody else out there who likes to fly in their dreams, know that you have some power in you, and keep on flying.
Yeah.
No, but
Word.
But yeah, that was
Appreciate you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
no
you.
we
Thank
problem.
love
you.
you, Tia.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. My clairvoyant medium sister Shayna Latia. It's time for you to close it out. Yo.
Hello world. Just so y'all know, I'm very excited about my psychic medium takeover show on October the 31st. It is a Halloween party, so we're going to be dressed up. We're going to be in here reading people. We're going to take your calls, whatever you got. We have a terrific, awesome lineup of psychics and mediums that are coming to share their gifts wholeheartedly with you guys. We're here to answer questions. We're going to be talking about dreams. We're going to be talking about angels. We're going to be talking about the difference between ghosts and spirits. So please tune in to us. I'm very excited about it. Y'all know how passionate I am, and this is what I do.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. At this time, I want to pass the mic around the room, continue it going. My sister, Miss Tony's got the mic. It's time for your rant, and it's time for your closing. What you got?
As always, it was wonderful. It was a pleasure meeting you ladies, Shayna and Tia. I remembered your names. Woo, woo.
Yes, Tony.
You only said it 80 times tonight, but
81.
So
81.
I am really excited that it's autumn. That's my favorite season of the year. It just makes me really happy to see like the leaves change color, and it's like the most beautiful sunsets. With that said, I just want to tell everybody, like, take some time to slow down. Like, take time to be in just like complete quiet. Sometimes you don't always have to be ripping and running. And surrounded by people. Like, it's okay to be by yourself with yourself sometimes. And we need that to just kind of stay balanced. And I do that quite often, and I love it. I don't feel bad about it. And I do. I love it. Yeah, I'm glad fall is here, and everybody have a great week.
Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J. Live from the Den. Legacy Internet Radio. It's time for the First Lady of Legacy Internet Radio, Comedian S. Lissa P. Close it out.
Ow, ow! Legacy Internet Radio and Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Thank you again, family and friends, for allowing me to bless the den once again. You all just know and always remember that you matter. Yes, every life matters, but you have to know first that you matter. And once you know that you matter, then you'll be able to do other things to let people know that they matter as well when they're not at a point to know it for themselves. So again, be true, be good to you. Therefore, you can be good and true to others. So again, this is your girl, comedian S. Lissa P. Until next time, love you. Peace.
Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Live from the den. Legacy Internet Radio. I'm going to go ahead and kind of run through a couple of quick things to get us out of here. As we started doing last month, we always want to close it out with a moment in history. And, of course, today being one of the most silly, asinine holidays ever created, I'm sure that when it was originally put on the calendar by, I believe it was President Franklin Delano Roosevelt in the 30s or 40s when it was originally, I think it was 1931 as a matter of fact, Columbus Day was officially hailed as a holiday. Of course, we know he's a mythical figure by some. There are actually 54 communities named after him here in the United States. It's a federal holiday. We celebrate every second Monday in October, of course, to commemorate when he set sail from the shores of Europe. But despite all of that stuff, you know, we know that when we were kids coming up, we got the stories about how he discovered America and he rescued the folks here from their savagery and made them better for it. I mean, it's the stuff that we grew up learning. I always wondered why we were the United States of America, by the way, and not the United States of Columbus. Probably because Amerigo Vespucci came over here just a little bit earlier. And another reason why is because many folks don't know this, but Christopher Columbus never actually made it to the shores of the United States of America. Mr. Lost Guy never got as far as north up here in the United States. He was in the Caribbean, and that's where he did all of this stuff that he did. He actually set sail thinking that the world was flat. And another thing that he did, he actually thought that the world was much smaller than it was. What it was a lot of people were actually leaving Europe and sailing down the east coast of Africa, underneath Africa, South Africa, and coming back up and around up through India and the Indian Sea to actually get to India. That's what he was trying to avoid doing because it was taking so long. And he actually thinking that the world was flat, he thought that if he just, instead of going south and up and around, that if he went due west, that he would eventually get there quicker. That's actually the reason why he made it here. That's the reason why he came here. So a lot of people don't really get that history right. And quite simply, most of the facts are just simply not true. This dude was a rapist. He was a murderer. I mean, I think a lot of us know a lot of that stuff now about Christopher Columbus. And I think that the folks in Seattle, Washington got it completely right when they decided to honor the folks who were here before this nut came over here, and they rebranded the holiday Indigenous People Day. Ain't No Half Steppin' with Marcus J. Live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio. That's your history moment. At this time of the show, I always profile a missing and or exploited child. I'm going to do something a little bit different tonight. I'm going to profile a missing child, but I'm also going to profile a missing grown woman. Keisha Jacobs has been missing for almost 2 weeks. I think it's been 2 weeks today. She was last seen on September 26th. She was last seen in Churchill, which is in the eastern portion of us here in the Richmond, Virginia area. By all accounts, she is known to be very close to her family, and she had not been in contact with them for a couple of weeks. She's a grown woman, but, you know, at 21 or at 42, you still, you know, never that grown when your mama and your daddy and whoever loves you is looking for you and you're not around. Her phone went dead the day after she was last seen, has not been turned on since. There's been no activity on her bank accounts. She's got tattoo on her right foot, right hand, and right arm. If you have seen Keisha Jacobs, please contact the please contact the major crimes detective, William Thompson, at 804-646-3925 or Crime Stoppers at 804-780-1000. Her mom and her family are sick with worry about where this young sister is. Y'all need to keep your eyes open here in the Cap City and beyond. We need to bring the sister home. We're also looking for Ezekiel Calendar. He is a 17-year-old black male. He's missing since October 2nd from Henrico, which is a suburb of here in the Richmond, Virginia area. He's a black male. He stands 5'8", weighs 140 pounds. He's wearing dark colored hoodie, jeans, dark beanie cap, and red tennis shoes. If you've seen Ezekiel Calendar, please keep your eyes open and contact the Henrico Police Department at 804-501-5000 or hit the website missingkids.com or call 1-800-THE-LOST, 843-5678. There's any number of ways to get these tips out to bring these folks home. And have Steppin with Marcus J. live from the Den, Legacy Internet Radio, every single Monday night, 7 p.m. until we finish. Tonight looks like we're finishing just before 10 p.m. Tuesday nights, we're listening to Enliven Radio, hosted by Mr. LP. Wednesdays, we've got the Urban Serengeti, hosted by The Voice, as well as Reverend Darnell Carruthers. All Throttle Radio, featuring our brother Dirk Diggler. We got Bam Bam Vicious and our brother Poppy and their crew. Friday night, Vicky J leads the Woke Squad. Saturdays, we replay the shows that we did throughout the week with a reggae tinge. We play reggae all throughout the day. On Sundays, we play gospel music, amplified gospel, as well as the show Twa After Dark airs 6 p.m. on Sunday nights. Every single day of the week, you got something to listen to. If you're not listening to us in the evening, you can listen to us during the day because we're probably playing some sort of drive music, R&B, hip-hop, soul, and on Tuesdays we have an eclectic mix hosted by Mr. LP Steven Sykes. Ain't no telling what the hell he gonna play. At this time of the show, it's time for me to close it out with my rant. It's time for me to close it out with my closing. I'll be very, very brief. I was enjoying over the weekend watching folks try to justify the Republicans' nominees' words and his actions. But the thing is, I peeped this dude's game years ago. And so black folks, yeah, they just sensitive. Insult Mexicans, well, not all Mexicans. Insult Muslims, well, they're only Muslims. The military, the handicapped, everybody else. He's just being sarcastic. He's just playing. He wasn't serious. He been insulting women all along, no problem. But a tape from a decade ago comes out, and half folks are indignant with their condemnation for a man they never liked anyway, and the other half are actually justifying and defending him. And y'all funny. Y'all crack me up with that, actually. But, I really kind of laugh at it's not about race crowd. It's not about race crowd. I asked one of my white brothers a question. He kept it real, so I got to give him credit because he did. I asked him if a black man had 3 wives, cheated on each one with the next one, and had 5 kids spread out amongst all of them, would he have gotten far enough to be embarrassed by an old tape? Now, black folk, ladies in the room, I kind of know what most of us would say. But folks, that is the very definition of white privilege, white male privilege. Some folks have it, most folks don't. But go ahead and vote for him. He's going to build y'all that wall. That's the Merv. Marcus's unrelated rant that was very related to what we talked about tonight. It's the end of the show, y'all, and remind everybody that I will replay this show in its entirety right here on Legacy Internet Radio immediately following this area. What's going on, Brian? I see you checking us out. We appreciate you. It's the end of the show. I want to remind everybody that independence is key to building your legacy. Also want to say